By the fact that we live close enough, we have great opportunity to frequently interact with each other. That's actually the potential advantage for Hong Kong public space to be really vital. The purpose of public space, again, is really to offer a physical environmental foundation, background, or device, platform, stage for people to come together. Right? The loss of public space basically is a loss of physical platform for people to come together.
Here they allow you to do your music, to do your performance with encouragement. But the other place, the policeman will come and ask you to leave, or sometimes people want you not to be too noisy. That was Christmas, and I tried to perform with my team, with my band, for a few songs, and then all of a sudden a security guard came over and approached me saying that you are making noises, and this is not the official space for you to do music, so you may find the other place.
啲公眾地方可以俾多啲時間或者多啲自由度你，同埋揀歌方面都可以冇咁規範啦。同埋如果商場嘅話，可能只係得嗰少少時間去俾你玩啊，唔會話俾得好長時間你。最主要都係會驚俾人打斷咗自己表演，即係無啦啦俾人自己唱下歌俾人打斷咗，好似唔係咁好嘅。
Yes, absolutely. We do have a lot of street performers in the U.S. No, there's no regulations at all. People just find a space, a good space for themselves, they feel comfortable with, and that's where they perform. That's where they do their performances. That's it. It depends. It depends on how big of a concern it is. As far as is it causing harm to people? Is it disturbing a lot of businesses or individuals? For the most part, I think people enjoy it. As you can see over here, there's someone performing and they're drawing a crowd. People are very entertained by it. But he may just enjoy what he's doing, and it's absolutely obvious that the crowd is enjoying it. You can hear the applause. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's either way.
Urban planner or technocrat officials tend to think of the function of the city to be in a few reduced categories, like a movement, traffic flow, pedestrian flow, and they tend to isolate each function performance. Then they make the urban planning according to each criteria, isolate the criteria. Traffic for the car to drive through, right? Pedestrian simply for people to walk. Or you tend to repress one to give more benefit to the other. Then the nature of mixed use and to generate a vital urban life in public space is actually destroyed. Therefore, the vitality of public space is disappearing. That's a very dangerous tendency for Hong Kong eventually to lose all this great benefit for public space. Yeah?
People can really do anything.
Really, I don't really know that officially, because every time when people perform in front of the shopping mall, they got kicked out by the security guard.
Actually, that is a public space.
Oh, really?
Do you know about that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Well, I guess they can really define what public space they are. They can set guidelines and authorize performers to perform over there, and that could be great if they can do that.
Yeah, I'd want to know, parenthetically speaking, the absolute reason behind doing it. I mean, if they're not bothering anyone, they're making revenue, to stop them from probably taking money from someone else if they get in a really bad situation, why not? There are some people that may have a problem with it if they set up in, say, a heavy business area where there's a lot of traffic going into someone's place of business. Yes, it could pose a concern. but for the most part, that's very rare. We see most street performers in an open area. It's not obstructing anyone's entry. It's not, or anyone's movement, and it's pretty harmless. The individual owner or owners, they could possibly call the police and have them moved. But I don't think it's that often. Like I said, if they're blocking something, yes, of course, you know. But if not, everyone just kind of lets them do their thing.
其實我唔覺得有啲咩宣傳嘅政府，即係平時都唔會話特別好大規模咁樣同我哋講有啲咩地方可以咁樣玩，通常都係自己去留意下，譬如旺角嗰啲即係行人專用區嗰啲，呢啲表演空間都係我哋唔同嘅，或者自己娛樂啊，或者係自己享受自己表演嘅方式嚟嘅，即係唔使話局限喺一個乜日，即係一個封閉空間，冇人會欣賞到，其實都係一個自己表演嘅一個方法咯。
That's actually an essential issue. The making of a city. The making of a city. The problem is that we think of the authority of making of the city is centralized to a few of elites or experts, right? But I would argue that, and like Jean-Jacques Booth argued in the late 60s, the making of a city, right, basically is dependent on the collective, on everyone's participants. One can only possibly make a great city when the city is made for everyone, and when the city is being made by everyone, right? It should be a collective process. We call participation or kind of a open hearing, right? It's really about compensation, economic kind of aspect of negotiation. How much money you can get, how much compensation. It's really not about what kind of space, what kind of a public life you want to generate and that you can participate.